Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security, and I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I am on Twitter at AlphaCharts365, and I post there pretty much every day. So you could go ahead and give me a follow there too. I would appreciate that. All right, so let's get started. My thesis is that we are still within, this pullback is in the context of a longer term uptrend in the market. It was an ugly day on Friday, but with that being said, I think that we are that it was the bigger cap names, the Microsofts, Apples, Amazons, Google, Facebooks, Nvidia, Intel, whatever, that were really dragging the market down. And under the surface, there was some really, really good opportunities. So I have 23 names that we are going to go over rather quickly, and going to go ahead and share them with you. And I think that these are the ones that have some potential. All right. Again, and these are in no particular order. So here we go. First name, DDOG. Really amazing uptrend, sideways consolidations, gigantic volume coming in. This one has a lot more to go to the upside, I think. And either way, the risk reward is pretty doggone good right here. If it gets under 100-ish, 99-ish, you'd be out. But this one looks real good, DDOG. Next one, FSLY. Again, big uptrend, consolidation. Now coming up to the upper limits of these boundaries, trend lines. But look at this. This is what makes this one really interesting, is on the pullbacks, here, much lower volume. So it means that the buyers are not as excited as, the sellers are not as excited as the buyers. And I think that this has a lot more to go higher. Let's go up. CrowdStrike is next. You had this up move, sideways consolidation, up move, sideways consolidation. To me, this looks like a stair step higher. And if it gets above this 146 level, I think this may start the next stair higher. Cloudflare is next. Again, you're going to see this theme a lot. We have a big uptrend and a sideways, fairly narrow consolidation. Just like this. Again, if we get over 40, 42.50-ish, I think Cloudflare makes a really good risk reward profile. All right, my old friend SE. Now, I'll tell you, this was my biggest mistake this year probably, was buying SE here, and I let it run up, and I got, pretty good gains out of it. There's no doubt about that. And then it pulled back, and I got shaken out. I don't remember if it was here or here. Either one. I got shaken out right around here. I think it was here, actually. And it continued lower. I thought I was a genius, right? Never rebought it as it retested its breakout area. And I remember thinking about it, and I just didn't pull the trigger on it. And then, wouldn't you know, higher, boom, here was another potential buy point, didn't take it, and it was off to the races. I mean, from this, $38 level, it's a five-fold, even four-fold, we'll call it 40, four-fold increase that I missed out on. But that is under water under the bridge, as they say. So now we are here, and it is, again, testing this area, making a little bit of a handle right here, a little cup and handle continuation pattern. If it breaks out above 162-ish, I think that SE has another leg higher to go. Moving on, Beyond Meat, fake meat, uptrend, sideways consolidation. The pullback was rather shallow, 26%. I mean, not terrible when you talk about from top to bottom, roughly a 239% increase, right? So giving back 26% or about 10% of it roughly. Not bad at all. I think fake meat breaking out right here. I mean, you have a great entry at 163-ish, 163.50, whatever. You know, anyway, that would be my stop, 163, 163.50. Very narrow stop, which is perfect, right? Good risk reward. Moving on, ZS, uptrend, kind of a sideways consolidation, and again, trying to move higher. That's Zscaler. LVGO is next. Big uptrend, sideways consolidation, trying to break out of right here. This is some kind of maybe a double bottom, you know, small double bottom or consolidation or cup and handle, whatever you want to call this. I think it moves higher. I know that they are merging with TDOG at some point, or TDOG bought them. I don't know as far as details how that's going to, when that's actually going to take place, but this looks pretty good so far. That's LVGO. Next up is Bill.com. Bill.com moving up from this, you know, $27 all the way up, you know, to just over 100. It's battling that Livermore 100 level right now. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit more build out here and then a pop up. You know, if it gets above, closes above 105, I think Bill.com looks really, really good. All right, MongoDB, again, very similar to a lot of the charts. Big up, sideways movement, and going back, you see how this was an important area. And now that we are consolidating above this breakout level, which is really nice to see. And it looks like, you know, this base on base wants to break out to the next level higher. So that's what I'm watching. Again, low volume on the pullbacks ever since, you know, for most of September. So really nice to see there. Next up will be Guardant Health. Guardant Health with breakout, false breakout right here, right? Came back and chopped around, became resistance, broke through it, came back just a little bit, and boom, higher now. The why this is on here is because I still think with that little bit of a pullback right here, I still think that it's very actionable. I don't know if it's going to continue to pull back and retest this area again, or retest the 23-day EMA, which is the blue line at 103. But I think that if it does even pull back a little bit more, I think that it can. I think that that'd be a great risk reward entry. And so, you know, this is 9-day EMA, 23-day EMA, 65-day EMA. All right, moving on is to Tenable. Big spot right here, right? This was the IPO, ran up, hit the spot, pulled back, gigantic base, ran up, broke out back here in early September, pulled back, but it didn't pull back like crazy hard, right? It pulled back, let's see, from peak to trough, you know, 16%. And now it's making a run at this level again. So the more times an area is tested, the more likely it is to break. Tested here, failed. Tested here on Friday, failed. But again, it's making these higher lows and above 39.50. I think Tenable looks pretty good. Next is Twist Bioscience. You know, it was $20 basically, 19 and change here. Ran all the way up into the 72, and now we broke out above this level. So this nice little low volume consolidation, right back retesting this level. It's lovely to see, and I think that that this, you know, gives you a great risk reward spot right over here. You know, right around 72. Above 72, I think Twist looks pretty doggone good. AVLR. You know, it looks a lot like Fastly, right? I mean, you could kind of draw something like that in there. It looks like just like Fastly. Helps by FST. Why can't I get this? Thank you. There you go. Right? Looks just like Fastly, in my opinion. So, yeah, this is a level 134.5. We call it even 135. It breaks out of there. I think AVLR could go much higher. Next up, PPD. And, you know, this was important. Hires IPO, important area. consolidated within that area, eating up supply. Gigantic volume coming in too. I'm not sure what that related to, but that's some big time volume coming in. And now it's kind of in the consolidation, kind of chilling out. You're seeing a lot of low volume on the red days and some nice higher volume on the green days. Again, looks pretty good. PPD. Next up is Adaptive Biotech, and again from the IPO. We have this area that has been important. Failed breakouts, came back up, retested it, failed again, came up, is retesting it. We don't know which way it's going to turn, but if it does close above 49.50, I think that Adaptive Biotech looks pretty good. All right. Next up is Carrier Global. They make air conditionings. And with the housing market as hot as it is, this is kind of playing on the housing market. It was a recent IPO. This company has been around for a long time. It ran up from this $11, $11.50 or so, all the way up to $30. So it was almost a triple, right? And now it's moved sideways in a very, very tight range. It only pulled back 8% or so. And now we got this breakout, right? It closed at all-time highs. Again, the housing market's red hot. This is a play on that. I think Carrier Global looks pretty good. Avantor, they make reagents and stuff like that for the biotechnology field. So from the lows, even from this low right here, we won't go absolute, it's $8 stock. So, but now it's a $23 stock. And this is looking pretty good. Again, a big run up, very little on the pullback. Very, very little on the pullback, right? What are we looking at here? 12% on the pullback. That's nothing. And each pullback subsequently is getting shallower and shallower. So it's good to see that VCP type of action right there. Red days are low volume, green days are high volume. Let's make it simple, right? Keep it simple, stupid. That looks really good. Next up will be Elastic. Elastic's another software company. From the low-ish, it was $39 to the high is $118. 300% increase from the lows. Everything's looking good. Just zooming out a little bit, this area has been really important for about a year and a half now. The breakout, the retest, move higher. Now the point of contention right now is probably around 112 to 113. Above 113, Elastic looks pretty good. Ceridian, again, looking this. The lows were around $39 all the way up to $85. So that's a nice double. And now it's moving sideways in this consolidation pattern, a little bit looser than some of the other charts, but still, I think if it gets above, this $85 or so, $85.50, I think this could move higher. STNE, Stoneco, this was a really important spot back here after the IPO. Then it was again in early in February, we hit the spot, COVID hit, and now it's back. It broke above, and now it's consolidating. I don't know if this will continue within this range and kind of chop around in here for a while, or if this is going to move up tomorrow. But I think this is one definitely if it gets above, 54-ish, 54.50-ish, I think Stoneco could go much, much higher. And again, it's a Brazilian payment services company. And staying with payment services, we're going to look at Square. Great stock. I mean, going back, back in March, this was a $32 stock. Like, what? Like, back then you say, what was I thinking? Not gobbling it up at $32, but I didn't. And it went ahead and decided to just go up to $170. No big deal, right? Just a 5-fold increase. And now it's giving you, a good opportunity here, good risk reward opportunity. It made this little cup looking area. I don't know if it's going to break out tomorrow or Monday, or if it's going to make a little bit of a handle here. But I think this is definitely a one to watch and potentially get involved with. Very strong on Friday, and Friday was a heavy red day, so that should tell you a lot of something. And again, for the most part, the red days are very low volume, and the green days, especially most recently, are really starting to pile up. So we do like seeing the green days on the right side of the space really piling up. So we like that. And my last one is going to be Anaplan. This was resistance, 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 resistance. And now it's trying to get above it again. So I think Anaplan above, 63.50. I think it's a pretty good long. We'll see what happens. It's a little bit looser than some of the other ones, a little wider swings. So take that into account, and maybe position size maybe slightly differently if you choose to go with this one. But again, I think above 63.50-ish, and the risk reward is pretty good. All right, so there we go. There was 23 names that I think have the potential to be really good risk rewards in this environment. Again, even with a pullback on Friday, most of these held up really well on a relative basis, and some of them just were outright green on an absolute basis. So definitely something to consider. Make the trade your own. These are just ideas for you. Everyone's time frame and risk tolerance is different, and that is okay, right? All right, that's what I have. Take care. Stay safe out there. Again, if you like these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe, and have a great day.